Hello, my name's Liz Rollins from A Place in the Sun, and I'm here with Catherine Walker-Dean from A Place in the Sun Mortgages. Hi, Catherine.
Hi Liz, good morning. How are you?
Good, thank you. Good to see you. We're going to have a short and snappy discussion on business to business opportunities with Place in the Sun Mortgages, and you're going to give a few pointers to professionals of how you can mutually work with each other to benefit. So, just to kick off, Catherine, can you just tell us a bit of background about Place in the Sun Mortgages, please?
Yeah, no, of course, Liz. So we actually set up a company called Mortgage Direct in 2006 in Valencia with my business partner. And we've been working with A Place in the Sun for nearly 15 years now. And a couple of years ago, we helped set up A Place in the Sun Mortgages, which we're the white label behind. We've had a lot of success with A Place in the Sun the last 15 years, and even more so with A Place in the Sun Mortgages the last 2 years. So we're fully qualified by the Bank of Spain, and we've got 23 qualified mortgage advisors speaking various languages. And yes, we're looking forward to hopefully the next 15 years and more.
Thank you. Right. Well, Spain is our biggest market. It looks it's so busy still at the moment. So we're going to talk about how a few pointers for collaboration. So first off, Catherine, I mean, how does a collaboration work between A Place in the Sun Mortgages and a real estate agent or a lawyer?
Yes, no, exactly. So once we've set up a contract, which obviously agrees the terms and the commission payments that will be made, the estate agent or lawyer or whichever collaborator it is, they then send their clients to us. It's a very simple process. And all we're asking for from the agent, for example, is the details of the client, so the client's name, telephone number, email, and a brief description of the type of property that they're looking to buy. And then we take care of the whole process. So we see the process through from start to finish, and we'll recommend the best mortgage on the market because we work with all the banks in and outside of Spain. We'll find the best mortgage for their client, and we'll try and provide three options as well. So three quotes, three different types of mortgages. When the client wishes to proceed, we then see the client through the process from start to finish. And of course, the benefit to the estate agent is that we're trying to get the sale through as quickly as possible, which is their main objective. We keep them updated throughout the process, and we see the process through until the client has the keys in their hand.
Thank you. You've kind of half answered this already, but I mean, why would somebody want to work with A Place in the Sun Mortgages?
Yeah, no, it's a good question. I think the first point is the reputation, the long-term history. As you know, a lot of people feel very safe with A Place in the Sun. And when it comes to finance, which is a risky area for clients, agents, everybody involved in the buying process, because that's the key to making the purchase happen. So the reputation, the long-term history, the speed of the service, we give clients priority service. We go to the right bank first. So a lot of companies, they might get the bank wrong, or they're only working with one bank. And so we know the profiles of the clients. Really important, especially for UK buyers. I know a lot of Place in the Sun clients that are British. A lot of them do have buy-to-let portfolios, and it can be a huge sticking point in Spain. And it's really important that the mortgage advisor is familiar with the banks that work with buy-to-let portfolios. We have clients, for example, who've got like a portfolio of say 15 or 30 properties, and many banks would decline those clients, and we know the profiles. So I think those are the main advantages for Place in the Sun mortgages.
Brilliant. Yeah, the reputation of Place in the Sun does make a difference. I know that from talking to lots of buyers. So what are the advantages of working with a Place in the Sun Mortgages rather than a local bank?
Yeah, because we come across a lot of estate agents, for example, who do work with their local bank, and they probably have their own banking arrangements with them. They're very familiar with that bank. And of course, that bank are asking them for their clients. They've got a good long-term relationship. However, the problem is, how do you know that that bank is suitable for the client? We have lots of clients who come to us, and 6 weeks later, the mortgage has been declined. They don't fit the profile of the bank. The banks are very slow. They don't give them the right information. 6 weeks later, for example, the mortgage has been declined. How does that bank know, like the client's profile? And you might have a client, a Dutch client, for example, with holding companies, an American tax declaration, 120 pages. And, the local banks aren't familiar with those types of profiles. And I think the speed of service, keeping everybody updated, debt to income ratio is a large one as well. A lot of local banks will use a debt to income ratio when they're sort of looking at a client's affordability of, say, 30%. Again, we get lots of clients coming to us who've been declined, and we know the banks that offer a 40% debt to income ratio, which means the difference of getting the mortgage approved and not. And I think the final point on this that I'd mention is that last year, for example, and similar in other years, we worked with over 20 financial institutions. So that's including obviously all the Spanish banks, offshore banks, private lenders. So that just proves that there's not one bank suited to every client.
Great. And likewise, why work with a Place in the Sun Mortgages rather than your competition, which is another, well, an independent broker, I suppose?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. I think the main one is the conditions that we can offer. The main Spanish banks tell us that we are their leading broker in Spain, and that's due to the volumes of business that we send them and the quality of the clients, because we pre-qualify all the clients before we send them to the bank. We've got a very high conversion rate. So nearly 99% of our mortgages, they're all being paid on time. So the banks look at any mortgages that are coming via ourselves, and they give us priority treatments because they know the client's been pre-qualified. We've got a very high success rate. We've got the highest approval rates, the speed of service. We offer a money back guarantee. We know our fees are very low compared to who we see as our competitors. We're able to keep them lower than the competitors because we get paid the highest commissions from the banks. So it's, very much a win-win situation. We've got 23 advisors. We're always open. So even when we sent out the Christmas cards this year, we said we're open for business. Some of our competitors close, for the festive holidays. Having 23 advisors, there's always somebody to help. We speak all the languages. So yes, I think those are the main reasons.
Well, sound good. And what about, you mentioned you're based in Valencia, but what about other parts of Spain? Can you work with professionals in other regions?
Yeah, so we basically arrange mortgages all over Spain. You might have an agent, for example, in the Canaries, and we haven't got an advisor based there. However, we've got an advisor in Tenerife, for example. To be honest, it doesn't matter where the mortgage advisor is located because they're totally trained to cover all of Spain. If we have an estate agent that wishes to work with us, then we'll always find the most suitable mortgage advisor, and that's dependent on where they're located and the types of profiles of the clients that they receive.
Okay. Sounds very, very conducive. If someone's interested in working with you after hearing some of that, what are the next steps?
Yeah, no, of course, Liz. So it'll be provided on the website, but they can contact myself, and then we can, get the contract set up. I would then obviously speak with the estate agent or lawyer or whoever wishes to work with us, to find out a bit about their background. What are the types of clients? Where are they located? Any questions that they've got, and build a rapport. And then I'll introduce who I think will be the most appropriate mortgage advisor. Sometimes we have like two mortgage advisors working with an estate agent, depending on the languages. You might have a client who's a high net worth client who doesn't receive an income. We're looking at Lombard loans, assets under management, and so that'd be a specialist type of lending. So it may be that for that type of client, it'd be a different mortgage advisor. But usually we have one dedicated mortgage advisor who will look after the client, who look after the agent, and yes, and we'll constantly keep in contact with them, keep them updated with new products that are on the market, keep them updated with how their clients are performing, and basically they'll just always be there in that one point of contact.
Great. Thank you so much, Catherine. I hope that was very useful to everyone listening. And they, like me, look forward to seeing you at one of our exhibitions this year when we can everyone can talk one-to-one on such things. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Liz. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Take care.